Greeting interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome to another edition of Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, I pretty much just spent the whole episode purifying my Pokemon and exploring a gate village. It's more interesting than it sounds, I promise. Today, even though we should be going to Mount Battle because there's a crisis over there, I wanted to take a bit of a detour in Phenac City, because there's a lot of things that we skipped over in this town. However, a lot of them involve battling, so I wanted to wait until I had most of my team together to go through with them. Mostly so Narite can get some experience from the battles, because Narite's gonna need all the experience she can get. First stop is this pre-gym over here. One thing that I might have done and probably been a good idea to do earlier is to talk to her. And these trainers don't really tell you anything new unless you're completely new to Pokemon. But you get an attachment for your PDA, or P-Star-DA, and really even explains what it is. So you actually, I think plot-wise, the game wanted you to come here first. Though it's very easy to skip over this area. Even if you do go to the pre-gym, there's nothing that really gives you the incentive to talk to that NPC. Trust me, I've heard people who never got that attachment for the P-Star-DA. And I don't know why I'm talking to these guys and gals. They are just giving me tutorial stuff. Honestly, I'm pretty sure most people who picked up Pokemon Colosseum weren't picking it up because of the new Pokemon game. I mean, I know that's what the story mode goes for, but I get the feeling a lot of Pokemon Colosseum was just this whole Battle Stadium feature. I mean, they did advertise the story a lot, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were trying to sell. Ironically enough, the story mode pretty much became the selling point of the game, more than the whole Colosseum part of the game. I think a lot of people actually forget that this game has a pretty intensive Colosseum section, as well as the story mode. But to divert back on topic, this is Justly. He's the gym leader of this whole pre-gym, or prologue gym, whatever the pre stands for. I'm gonna feel stupid because I'm pretty sure they mentioned what the pre-gym was and I wasn't paying attention. The whole conversation with Justly pretty much leads to the fact of, hey, before we can fight the leader, we have to go through the gym trainers. Just like a natural Pokemon gym. There are 4 trainers that you can fight in a row. However, you can leave and come back anytime if they're actually giving you a problem and you're feeling low on health. You shouldn't be having a problem with these guys though. Even if you come here sooner, I'm pretty sure you can handle these guys in a row. If you're at my level, you definitely can handle them all in a row. This first guy is leaving you off with the grass types. Pretty sure each of the gym trainers here have a different type of Pokemon. This particular gym, if you want to call it that, doesn't even specify in one particular type. Just the style of the gym tells you how different this game is from other games in the Pokemon series. Assuming the logic that Pokemon XD didn't exist yet, because this game did come before Pokemon XD. On the topic of things different from most Pokemon games, I am realizing I can't swap around my moves in the middle of a battle. Or at the very least I have to go to the Pokemon screen for that, but I'm not even 100% sure if that will work. And that was a bit annoying considering Kinesis, the healing move, is all the way in the upper left corner. I swear if I don't switch that around so I have an attacking move in that upper left corner, it's gonna screw me up one of these days. I don't know, there's not really much to talk about these guys. It does give a good chance for Narite to get some experience, because the grass flying will go down to Aurora Beam pretty quickly. Sunkern won't be much of a threat. The only reason I bothered putting one to sleep was there was nothing else for Failplume to do, and the Aurora Beam wouldn't do quadruple times damage because it only has one type that's weak to ice instead of 2. So even with Sunkern's crummy stats, I was not sure if Aurora Beam was going to one-hit KO or not, hence putting to sleep to be on the safe side. Can never be too careful when you have a Pokemon as frail as Narite. See, even the Sunkern did not get one-shotted by Narite. I love taking advantage of the dual types, especially when they have 2 weaknesses to the same type. because that's 4 times damage instead of 2 times, with a label of super effective. I just said that, but just in case I wasn't clear enough about it. First of the trainers goes down. As soon as the animation is over, we can move on to the next guy. Hooray! And I'm finally making use of that martial brace instead of Nerati getting KO'd before it can gain experience, therefore the martial brace not coming into effect. Because it only comes into effect when you actually gain experience. Grass guy out! Yes, we'll keep chugging along for the second one. Hello there, lady! You have pretty big boots, if I say so myself. It's kind of funny that they have her be the water trainer. And her name is Liquide. Then again, it is pretty much gym leader fashion to have the names of the gym leaders somehow be a pun of the type of Pokemon they use. These are gym trainers, so I'm a little surprised they went for that, but hey, Pokemon Colosseum doesn't have true gym leaders, so this is probably the best they were able to do. So if you were gonna stick the tradition in somewhere, this would be the best place to stick it in. Anyways, trying to get into talking about, maybe it's just me, but out of all the trainer models, that girl does remind me the most of Misty, and she also used water types. I wonder if they were intentionally going for that. Probably not, because it wouldn't be that subtle. It would be a lot more obvious that she looked like Misty if that was what they were going for. Also, I think I just confirmed that you can't change the order of your moves in battle, no matter how you try. I know I was foreshadowing that before. I'm pretty sure that's the reason I was in that Pokemon screen all randomly. Oh yeah, actual reason I believe had to do with deciding which move would be better to use. Problem is, I think I just realized that Nerati's moves all have the same base power at this point. They all have different types, which is real great for someone like me who likes to make their Pokemon as diverse as possible. Oh wow. Expect that whole trend of lock-on missing a lot in this video, cause that's not the last time it happens. I'm next to certain it happens more in this video, and if not, it will happen again in the future. I promise that. It's like I use lock-on to like guarantee that my next attack will hit, even though they're all fairly accurate already. That whole hustle ability kind of throws things off though. But when hustle missed on lock-on, it's not even worth it. Probably the biggest downfall of the hustle move, and considering I don't even have a single move on Nerati that is a physical attack, it's not worth it at all. Thankfully, with as little spoilers as possible, when Nerati evolves, we'll be getting rid of that ability. So yay! Having a diverse set of moves makes up for not having anything to take advantage of hustle and just having it be a hindrance to me though. The psychic move will be handy against the things psychic types are strong against. Aurora Beam will be especially useful against grass types. It's always good for a water type to have an ice type move just to protect them from the grass type moves. And water, of course, we have to have for stab. And I'm going to try to be holding on to lock-on as long as possible, because I'm going to slowly but surely develop Nerati's movesets around that whole lock-on move. I think it'll pay off in the long run. We'll just have to see though. Speaking of Side Beam, there's Side Beam coming into effect to hopefully finish off a Pokemon so we can actually move on with our lives. Oh, speaking of Meryl, I wonder if anyone brought up the whole fairy type thing. As of recording and commentating this video, Pokemon X and Y, the 6th generation games, are not out quite yet. And one of the things that they announced before the game's release was the whole fairy type and a bunch of Pokemon that were going to be converted to it. I can't remember if I got into this conversation with Midnight and Beyond when we were talking about 5th gen Pokemon, but Meryl was one of the Pokemon that were going to be going through that change. Like it's going to become a water fairy type now, apparently. I can assume that its evolution would be the same, but as of commentating this video, I'm pretty sure that's still in the dark. So, are we going to keep chugging along with the plan? All the puns I can make with that. I don't get what they do for this round though, because this guy and the next guy have very similar types. This guy has ground types. His name is Dougal, that's kind of funny. And the trainer after this one is going to have rock types. I just don't get why they went with ground and then rock. Because ground and rock are very similar. For a long time, it was easy to get the two mixed up for me. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people go for the same thing. It doesn't help that so many of the traditional rock types are also ground rock. The ones that we associate the most in the first generation are rock and ground. Minus a few exceptions that actually look like something besides a rock type. I just feel they could have done some other type next. Like maybe fire. I would say electric, but I don't think we really have too many good options at this point in the game to fight off electric types. I don't recall us making any shadow Pokemon that were ground types. There probably was one or two, but not really that many. There's gotta have been a better type they could have done besides rock. It's probably because rock and ground are very easy to expose. So many rock types have very poor special defense, and in the third generation, both grass and water types were special attacks. So on top of that, there's so many rock types that are also ground type, so you do quadruple the damage to them. Plus, take advantage of the fact that they have low special defense. That's probably the reason they decided to do it this way, but I really wish they would have been a little more diverse with the types for this whole pre-gym trainer run, because it would make a better introduction to the game to be introduced to more types of Pokemon. But here we are with the last guy, and considering the pattern of how many Pokemon they have, we shouldn't have too much left to this video. Feels kinda weird that the little young girl sways back and forth. It's like all the female trainers, female characters in this game, have a walking animation of swaying side to side. I just noticed that while commentating this video. But to change the subject, take a look at the types of Pokemon you see here. We have Rhyhorn, which is rock and ground. We have Geodude, which is rock and ground. Guess what we get to take advantage of? Quadruple weakness. Yay, they never stood a chance. I don't even have to have Nerati swapped. I could probably have Nerati take on both of these guys and not worry about it fainting at all. Bubble Beam to the face! You shall rue the day that you sent rock ground types against my army of Pokemon. With that, we've achieved victory against the foe. How you like that? Let's play how much money? It is 540. Not a lot, but I suppose it could be worse, especially coming from a schoolgirl. Sure, go tell yourself that. Be in denial in your little underground prison. It kinda looks like they got the trainers trapped in there. Sure, there's a whole elevator, but whatever. I mean, no whatever to the whole trapping people inside of the gym. That'll have to be a conversation for another time, because Just Lee's fight is up next. You do have to have a full party, they don't have to be purified. But you can say no to go heal up if you were wear down at all from the whole battle. You'll see what I do in the next episode. This is Jackie K, and I'll see you all later.